Questions about salary requirements. They are difficult. Nobody likes to talk about money, but it's going to come up in the interview. Sometimes it comes up right away. So first, a couple tips. As tempting as it may be, you try not to bring it up first. Let them bring it up. And when asked this question, try not to box yourself inadvertently into a corner by being too specific. So what do you do when you are asked about what your salary requirements are? So here's one way to answer it that'll get you through most of the time. So let's say somebody's asking me, I could say something to the effect of, well, money is important, thank you for asking, but it's not the only thing. So, I'd be looking at the position, the culture, the fit, other benefits. But if I were fortunate enough to be extended an offer to join the team, I would entertain any competitive offer. And the key in that part is competitive offer, because that hasn't boxed you into any specific salary. Now that answer will work many of the times, but sometimes the interviewer will still push on. They'll say, well, that's great, but Kurt, what do you really need? And so one way to answer that is something like this. Well, based upon my research, I've seen that the range for this position salary-wise in this area is from X to Y. So assuming my research is correct, I would expect something in that range. Maybe you can tell me, is my research right? So by doing so, once again, you're not boxing yourself into a corner, and you're kind of putting it back to the interviewer, and maybe they'll give you some kind of guidance. So that's a good way to answer if pushed a second time. So a couple comments on the way to answer the question if pushed. In that situation, it's important that you've done your research prior. Your research both internally and externally. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Internally, only you know what your financial situation is. You need to come to some kind of determination of what your minimum threshold is, no matter how great the job is. And you should have some kind of realistic sense of what the market would provide. But the good news is there's information on the internet. So you can go to glassdoor.com, paycheck.com, salary.com, and you can get some good information about the ranges for positions, even based on geographic territory. So these are tricky salary questions. I mean, it's not fun to talk about money, but it will come up. So if you just follow my methodology here, you should be able to get through this question most of the time.